Hi, and welcome to SEO Hangouts with Josh Bachynski. C'est moi. Today we're talking about the terrible Panda. Panda 4.2 has been released. The silent killer. It is Pandageddon. I officially declare it Pandageddon. Sorry, I'll backtrack. So, welcome to SEO Hangouts. My name is Josh Bachynski, and I do these Hangouts on a regular basis to give you information about SEO that will help your business succeed and hopefully not be eaten by the terrible Google monster. And this particular week, as I mentioned, Google has released Google Panda 4.2 to absolutely no fanfare and no one even noticing. It's like a tumbleweed blowing through the SEO community. No one's even noticed. Barry Schwartz put out articles like, Panda 4.2 has been released. Google's confirmed it. That's right. Google has confirmed Panda 4.2 has been released. They've been warning us for weeks they're going to do it, and now they finally have. But have they? Have they actually released a Panda? That's what we're going to talk about. So a little bit of background. So Panda has, for the last 3 or 4 years, been their quality algorithm so important to Google that they used to run it on a monthly basis. And Matt Cutts told us, and John Mueller told us, and a bunch of other Google employees told us that it was a process. They had to run a process that collected a bunch of data about web pages, check to see whether they were quality or not, and then make a bunch of ranking changes based on the data they found. And then like you go up 40, you go down 40, you go up 10, you go down 10, that kind of thing for all these different URLs. Millions and millions of them, and then they press the go button, and those changes would happen on a monthly basis, and it would take about 10 days to update, to parse through that list and push that list out to all the different data centers, more or less. That's how it worked for years. And it was that important to them. It is very important for Google. It is most important for Google. In fact, I think it is the biggest ranking factor now. I have said it in the past, and I will go on record and say it again right now, today. Quality is the biggest ranking factor for Google and will be moving forward, quite frankly. Moving forward, quality will be the biggest ranking signal. Links used to be the biggest ranking signal only because it was the most reliable signal they had, however anecdotal, to judge quality. Vis-a-vis, the site that had the most links, in theory, had the highest quality because it had the most people referencing it online. Of course, that is only anecdotal, but that was the best signal that they had, and they could and did write an algorithm to parse all that and attach what they called PageRank to it. So that's the way in SEO of yesteryear, ye olde SEO used to work. Not so anymore. They have direct ways of tracking quality, and they have both in the real-time clicks that people are making. They have quality algorithms that work on a real-time basis doing that. And they also have, apparently, this Panda algorithm, which they claim they're still running, which, so here's the nitty-gritty about Panda 4.2. So Panda 4.2, they say, works, they updated it, but nobody noticed. Why no one noticed? Because they said they're not going to notice. The way this works is not a data update. It was a whole update. It was an algorithm update to Panda. It really should be Panda 5, really. It's not a variation of the last Panda algorithm, as far as we know. It really should be Panda 5. It's the new way the algorithm is supposed to work. That right there is part of the debate as to whether or not the old Panda algorithm works in real time on crawl. But anyway, this Panda algorithm does work real time on crawl. They said it's going to take months to update. The only reason why it would take months to update is because it also takes months for them to crawl the majority of the web and the majority of the functional usable web. And then that's where these sites, these pages, Barry Schwartz has also claimed it is a site-based algorithm. So that means these sites are going to get their pages crawled, and if a certain percentage of their pages are low quality, on crawl on a real-time basis, they crawl it. Is it quality? Yes or no? Demote or not demote? Make a counter accrues up, and if you go over a certain point, your whole site will be deranked. That's the way it's going to work. So I repeat. This new Panda algorithm is an on-crawl, quasi-real-time algorithm. It's going to parse the information, each page as it gets it, on crawl. This is my interpretation based on what Google said, but if you put 2 and 2 together, this is the only logical explanation. Otherwise, they've made a completely incompetent algorithm that for some reason takes months to run, which makes no sense. So it's going to run Oncrawl, and it's going to parse the pages on crawl. It might even parse internal bounce rate, the long click it's called, stuff like that, because that could take months to accrue enough data to make an educated guess as to whether or not the site's succeeding or not, right? And so I think it could be any combination of one of those two things, because and that's also separate from the other quality things we know they're checking, like SERP bounce. People go to the Google search page, they search red apples, they see redapples.com, they click it, they go there, they don't like it, they bounce back. They see Josh's Fruit Emporium, they click that because it sounds like a great site, Josh's Fruit Emporium. And then they go there, and then they buy the red apples. That terminates the search. They're using that directly tracked as a ranking algorithm. I've proved it. Rand Fishkin has proved it. John Mueller has admitted it in not so many words. And then I think they're also using, also John Mueller has admitted, Google has admitted, and other people have proved that they are using clicks on page. They're tracking where you click in Chrome, either through the Safe Browse feature. Safe Browse feature is the feature that watches every single thing you click on the page and then compares that URL to a huge database of malware URLs. And if that URL is in the malware database, throw up the red screen of malware death. Don't let you go there. In order to do that, they have to watch everything you click, right? And so they can tell where you're clicking, what you're clicking on the Chrome page. John Mueller has admitted this to me in a private hangout. He admitted this to me December 30th, I believe it was, in 2014. When the cameras turned off, we had, he and a few other SEOs had a little upper level SEO Google hangout. So I know for a fact they got quality algorithms tracking those kinds of things, and I thought that was sufficient and probably all they would need. But then they claim they're going to run Panda again. They warned that back at SMX Advanced in June. Gary Iles warned it. It's going to come out in a few weeks. It's very rare that they actually announce stuff like this, and then John Mueller echoed him in a hangout he had recently after that. And he said, so I have an announcement to make. He never makes announcements. We're going to be releasing we're going to be releasing Panda very soon, so make sure to improve the quality of your site, and it'll be in the next few weeks. He never gives a date either, how many weeks it'll take. He always says, it's part of his job to say, it'll be coming out soon, or it'll be coming out, and not give a date, so that the programmers are not nailed down as to when they have to release it. So I found it very odd that he actually said what the date was going to be, which leads me to my conspiracy theory. So I have two theories. The first theory is the one I've been explaining about Google Panda 4.2, is that it works on crawl. That's why it's going to take months to do. That's why no one noticed it when it came out, because it hadn't had any data to process yet, because the crawls hadn't started yet. Right? It was supposedly released this last weekend. Today is July 22nd. It was supposed to be released July 18th or so. Nobody noticed because, again, one of two things are happening. My first theory and my second theory. So I'll finish with my first theory. The first theory is that it's a new algorithm update that's going to run on a real-time on-crawl basis, and you didn't see any ranking fluctuations up or down at that time on July 18th or so, because the algorithm, although new, didn't have any data yet because nothing had been crawled yet. So now stuff is getting crawled, and sites are fully crawled and sent to that algorithm. Or sites are crawled enough, 50% crawled, 60% crawled, depending if they're nice, 30% crawled if they're being mean. They used to be mean with Panda. They used to only be 30% of your pages were bad. The whole site was hit. They could very well do the same thing again. In fact, if history is any teacher, they will do the same thing again. So that means as they crawl, they can crawl. Let's say you have a 100-page site, and let's say let's say a 100 bad page site. They only need to crawl 30 pages before they make a determination. Okay, we think this whole site is bad. Demote the whole site, right? And that's so on your 30th page crawled. That'll be it to trip the filter to make Panda demote you on this on-crawl real-time basis. Or it could be 60 pages. If it could be 60%, who knows? 50-50, who knows? But that's how that would work, more or less. How do you fix it? Well, you fix all the pages, and it'll be granular, as they like to say. It'll get improved on a regular, ongoing basis. And as I said, I think it's checking some on-page factors. Your best, who knows what those are? They refuse to give us a list. If it's just on-page factors they're tracking, then they're just being nothing but mean assholes, not telling us the list, quite frankly. I find it entirely unethical. I won't get into that rant right now. But hopefully my computer won't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep, computer. I'm doing an SEO hangout. Max says, okay, Josh, I will. So it'll work on an on-crawl basis. And what factors on page will it look for? Well, your best guess is my list that I've already generated. I generated a list of all the quality Panda factors that any Google employee has ever said and has ever leaked, and I compiled a complete list. I went through hundreds, if not thousands of hours of Hangouts, my notes from conferences, and also my personal meetings with Google employees. I've met with a number of them. Miley Oye, Matt Cutts, John Mueller. That's all. Yeah. And I never met Gary Isles. I should meet Gary Isles. That'd be interesting. Anyway, and I made a list. I compiled a list of all the low quality factors. Oh, and from the Quality Raters Guideline, which was been leaked, which the last time it was leaked, it was very explicit as to what was a quality site and what was a low quality site, written by Google employees for Google employees. So you can guarantee that was the machine learning they used for the original Panda, and possibly even for this one as well, if it's still looking for on-page factors, which as you'll understand is something of an anecdotal indication of low quality. What really indicates low quality is where people click. There's plenty. I've seen, surprisingly, to my own chagrin, I've found tons of sites which were so ugly and so terribly designed and so low quality, breaking all those low quality rules, but people wanted to buy the product so badly. They wanted those red apples so badly, especially in some of the affiliate niches and affiliate spaces. You guys know what I'm talking about. That they will put up with the 1997 designed crappy web page and buy the herbal pill to do whatever. Euphemism intended. No matter how badly designed the page is, right? So is that low quality or not? What's low quality? Quality is a completely subjective determination. And so to take an objective stipulation as to what Google thinks is low quality and what their machine learning tells them is statistically sometimes low quality doesn't mean all of those sites are always low quality and or not satisfying the end user, which is the very definition of whether it's quality or not, whether it's satisfying the end user. So I hope you guys are following me. So Panda could still very well be working this way. And if it is, then your best bet is to look at my list that I compiled for you for free on themoralconcept.net/panda list. That's TheMoralConcept.net/panda list, PANDALIST.html. themoralconcept.net/pandalist.html. And I also have a couple of videos in my channel as well. You can go back and click back on my YouTube channel for those videos to watch that as well, where I go through the whole thing. So those are the most likely factors they'll be looking for. They could also be looking for the long click, the internal bounce rate as well. They could be looking for stuff like that. It could take longer to calculate, and that might not be included in the other real-time quality algorithms. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if that's how they're tracking that or not. And I'll explain that in a second why. The second theory. So that was my first theory as to what this Panda 4.2, Pandageddon, could be. Pandageddon. My second theory is it's a smokescreen. It's nothing at all. It's absolute bullshit. It's complete and utter crap. It doesn't do anything. They said they made a release. No one noticed a release. You know why? Because they didn't. They didn't release anything at all. It was complete bullshit. Right? Why not? They were surprised. They've publicly admitted how surprised they were, how we responded to the previous Geddon. That was mobile Geddon, right? They warned us, we're going to make a mobile algorithm. You better get your mobile site ready. And we went, and the industry freaked out and ran around like a chicken with its head cut off. And SEO consultants went, ha. And they rubbed their fly-like arms together with glee because now they can bill people for this. Oh, and really, it's not so Machiavellian because, quite frankly, you should have a good mobile design because Google has been telling us for years that mobile traffic is going to start to surpass your desktop traffic. And I'm starting to see that. I do many SEO audits a week, and I'm starting to see a good chunk of them. I'm like, wow, 60% of their traffic is mobile. 70% of their traffic is mobile. I've seen that 3 times this week alone. So, SEOs out there, you got to change your auditing procedure, guys. If you're looking at the desktop version and saying, this is bad, this is not good, you got to start looking at the mobile version. If most of your traffic is on mobile and you're worried about micro conversions and task completion, as you should be, because it is a direct ranking factor these days, FYI, you're gonna have to start looking at the mobile version and make sure they don't have. See, a bad example because this is a small aside, but sorry, they don't have direct click tracking on the site in mobile. Because I'm pretty sure because they don't have the bandwidth to do so, and they don't have the Safe Browse installed. Safe Browse, that malware Safe Browse feature, is not installed on the mobile. On mobile. Didn't know that, did you? Safe Browse is on the desktop versions of Chrome, Safari, and Firefox, and IE, if I recall. But it is not, but IE just pulled out because they didn't want to give that didn't want to give that data to Google anymore. So that's how they're tracking clicks on the desktop version, but that doesn't exist on the mobile version, which is why I guess, they need a mobile algorithm, which they made. And they need to tell you what sucks about it, and they do in Webmaster Tools. Because you can tongue-in-cheek check your Google Analytics to see how well your bounce rate is and how well your pages are performing and what your click-through is through your site. You can use Google Analytics to do that. But they don't tell you to do that directly because then people would, be able to make a good site and not have their businesses destroyed by Google. Heaven forbid. What a shitty result. But on the Webmaster Tools side, they do tell you because you have no other way of knowing, right? That this tab is too big. You can't. It's in Webmaster Tools, the mobile usability report, and they need to do that because they don't directly click tracks on mobile. So anyway, my point is that if you're doing an SEO audit for a client or you're doing your own SEO audit for your own sites, and you notice that a good 30% or more of your your traffic is mobile, well then you better go into Webmaster Tools and you better do Control on the Mac. It's Command Option I when viewing a page to shrink it into the mobile version. You can select the mobile version you want to view it in and start looking at it and emulate this particular phone. You can emulate an iPhone. You can emulate an Android phone. Again, that's Command Option I. It's probably Control Shift I on the PC probably. Somebody who knows, put in the comments. I've been using a Mac for a number of years now. I can't remember what it is on the PC. In Chrome, and you can get it to emulate you can drop down iPhone, you can drop down emulate a Nexus, whatever. And you can see what it actually looks like on the mobile phone. So if you're doing an SEO audit, you need to do that. Otherwise, you're not going to see how it looks, and you're not going to be able to make educated guesses as to why the click-through and the click-flow. You still need to check your Google Analytics as well, the options, the search flow, and you need to see toggle it to new users and even mobile users, so you can see what new users are doing when they go to the site, and you can see, lo and behold, 50% of them bounce off the index page. Lo and behold, we dropped 70% of them after the first click. They go to here and then they leave. So that is crucial SEO information, and if they have a high mobile, my point is, finally, if they have high mobile traffic, you need to check that for mobile as well. You need to look at it on mobile, make your best educated guess why this is happening, because unfortunately they don't really have very good tracking tools for that yet, as they do on the desktop. On the desktop, you have in-page analytics. You can see where people are clicking, and for the desktop, they have actual clicks that they are tracking, so you can make an educated guess there. For mobile, again, as I said, you have to look at Webmaster Tools and you check the mobile usability to see what looks like could be low quality to them. You could also use Page Speed Insights. It's called Page Speed Insights. Google it. And that's also an external tool you can use to check the design and the speed factors of both the desktop and mobile designs. Yes, so that's my second theory, is that Panda 4.2 is a complete smokescreen. It's nothing. It doesn't exist. No one will notice it when we release it, and it might take months for you to notice. So vis-a-vis the standard fluctuations that are going to happen anyway, they're already happening because they already have quality algorithms that are running in real time. So if they had released it or not, why'd they bother telling us? Why'd they bother telling us? Google is not in the business of helping us in any way, shape, or form. They don't give two shits if you rank or how well you do. All they care about is their usability, how well their site is perceived, and because they have no other products but our products, Therefore, our products need to be of high quality. And so they'll threaten us. They'll threaten us that, oh, we're going to release a Panda, and you better make your sites good. And maybe that was just their psychological ploy, just to make us make a knee-jerk reaction on our part to make our sites better on the time frame that they would prefer, as opposed to the time frame we would prefer. Because of course we need to make our sites better. Our sites do need to be better, so we convert better, so we make better sales, we get better branding, we get better long-term sales. And so we rank better in the algorithms that Google already had, the real-time quality algorithms that they're already using, that John Mueller has already admitted they have, and that Gary Iles has already admitted they have. That they've both said you can ignore any Panda release because we already have real-time quality algorithms, and if you improve the quality of your site, you're already going to get ranking improvements already. So then it begs the question, why did they even bother with this whole Panda announcement and release? Why did they tell us about it? Why they, if they made it, why did they make it? My best guess can only be because they want us to have a knee-jerk reaction and make our sites better, faster on their timetable as opposed to ours. And or because there's certain things, there's certain quality factors that their current real-time click-based quality algorithms doesn't track very well. Maybe it doesn't track internal bounce rate very well at all. Maybe they have a hard time telling the difference between negative SEO attempts on this, people faking clicks and people not faking clicks. Maybe they're having a difficult time tracking micro conversions, like where, as I said, the internal bounce rate, where it's not just you go to the index page, you go to a product category, you check this product, you go back, you check this product, you go back, you check this product. Oh, you go, I like this one. You click, good, go into the order page, start doing that process. Maybe they're having trouble tracking some of those things. Maybe they felt guilty that some of the people were still hit by Panda, and so they wanted to release a Panda again to level the playing field. No one reported having a huge boost at that time. So that means the Panda flag that's on their site didn't get released. So that means that's out the window, right? Otherwise, we'd see a bunch of people who were hit by Panda, if there was anyone left hit by Panda from 10 months ago. They would have seen a huge boost. They would have seen a boost, and then Oncrawl, people going back down as Panda finds bad stuff. Or I could be wrong, or maybe they released the new Panda algo, and it's programmed to release any current Panda flags currently existing on any pages / sites, if and when they recrawl it and reprocess that page, those pages / that site, and see that, oh, now it has only 28% bad pages, 30% is the cutoff, so release Panda flag. And so suddenly all the pages on the site start to rank higher. It starts to bubble up into rankings. So that could be months later after the site is crawled. But it's been a few days, and many sites are crawled daily, right? We should have already started to see big sites that have quality problems start to go up or down. So who knows? So it gets very muddy. It gets very complex. It gets very difficult to determine what the heck is going on. But this has been my SEO Hangout about Panda 4.2, Pandageddon. Long story short is, if you need any help, if this didn't make enough sense, if you need any help, by all means, you can always contact me. And I always tell you what I think. You can contact me at joshbachynski@gmail.com. You can follow me at Twitter at joshbachynski, and you can watch more SEO videos like this, and even better ones where I make a little bit more sense, at youtube.com/jbachynsk/JBACHYNS. So I'll sign off for now. That's been my Pandageddon SEO Hangout. If you have any questions about that, if you did happen to get hit, or if you got a boost, I want to know about it. If you got hit, tell me, or if you got a boost on last weekend, anywhere around July 18th, a couple days before or a couple days after, I want to know about it, and I want to check out your site and see what's going on, and we'll see if we can make sense of this thing. Maybe it's a real thing, or maybe it was just a smoke screen. Either way, we need to make the quality of our sites better because Google demands it. And if you don't, you will be left out of the you'll be left out of the SEO. You'll be put into the SEO cold, and your business will hurt because of that. So again, thanks for watching. By all means, contact me if you have any questions. And as I like to say at the end of my Hangouts, good luck in the SERPs.